So I'm going to tell you something that nobody else is going to tell you today. Not the news, not the government, not the algorithm, not your neighbors, just you and me. Are you ready? You have more power than you think. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to prove it to you. So let me paint you a picture. It's a Tuesday. Nothing special about it. But something goes wrong. Maybe it's a storm that nobody predicted. Maybe it's the power grid. Maybe it's a hiccup in the supply chain. Maybe it's something we haven't even seen yet. But everybody paying attention, every honest person, knows it's coming eventually. In that moment, on that specific Tuesday, when the normal rules stop applying, there's going to be two types of people. There's going to be people who are scrambling, standing in lines at stores that shelves are already empty, sitting in dark houses with no food, no plan, no supplies, and no idea what to do next, pulling their kids close and realizing, too late, that they should have done something sooner. And then there's going to be the people that are calm. The people are going to walk into their pantry and see 3 months of food. The people who flip on a hand crank radio and find out exactly what's happening rather than just guessing. The people whose kids are fed, warm, and safe because someone in that house made a decision weeks, months, maybe even years ago that their family wasn't going to be caught unprepared. That second person isn't lucky. They're not special. They don't have more time or more money or more resources than the first person. They just made a decision. One decision that said, I'm going to be ready. No matter what it takes, no matter what it costs, no matter how long it takes, I'm going to be the one calm person in the room. That decision is available to you right now, today, in the next 5 minutes after you're done with this video, and I want you to make it. So I need to ask you something personal. And I need you to actually think about it. Not just scroll past it, not just let it wash over you, but actually sit with it for a minute. Who is counting on you? Now, this isn't a guilt trip, and I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm asking because I think most people, when they're being completely honest, have a specific answer to that question. A face, a name, someone whose safety feels like your responsibility, even if it was never officially assigned to you. Maybe it's your kids. Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe it's your parents that are getting older. Maybe it's your neighbors. Maybe it's a community that isn't going to have anyone else to turn to. Now picture that person right now. Now hear me when I say this. They're counting on you, whether you know it or not, whether you wanted it or not, and whether you're prepared or not. When things go wrong, and hey, we know things go wrong, they're not going to ask the government for help. They're not going to sit around and wait for the supply chain to fix itself. They're not going to sit around quietly and hope things get better. They're going to turn to you. And the question, the only question that matters, is are you going to be ready when they do? Listen, prepping's not a hobby. I need you to hear this. It's not something you do because you like watching videos about tactical gear or you think the apocalypse is interesting. Prepping is an act of love. It's the most practical, most tangible, most real expression of love for the people that depend on you that exists. Every can of food you put back says, I see you, and I'm thinking about you, and I'm not going to let you go hungry because I wasn't paying attention. Every gallon of water you store says your life matters enough to me that I'm planned for the day when the tap stopped working. Every plan you make, every skill you learn, every prep you do is a promise to the people that you love that says I will not be caught flat-footed when you need me the most. That's what this is. That's what you're building. And it's worth every dollar and every hour and every moment you put into it. All right, I want to take you back to a moment. Not to some romanticized version of history, but to what actually was required of the people who came to this country and built it. The families who settled the Ohio Valley, who came through the Cumberland Gap and followed the rivers and carved out farms in land that didn't want to be farmed, They didn't have a supply chain. They didn't have Amazon deliveries. They didn't have grocery stores open till midnight. They didn't have a government agency to call when something went wrong. They had their hands, and they had their neighbors, and they had what they grew, and what they stored, and what they knew how to build. They survived winters that would break most people alive today. They survived droughts, floods, and isolations and hardships that most of us can't even imagine today, sitting here with electricity, running water, and food in our refrigerator. They weren't superhuman. They weren't extraordinary. They were people who understand one fundamental thing, that in the last 50 years, and the way our comfort has evolved, that we've all forgot. The truth is, nobody's coming to save you. That's not a threat. That's not a doom prediction. That's just a simple reality that the people who built this country lived by every single day. No one's coming. So you prepare, you store, you build, you get to know your neighbors, you lean on them, and they lean on you. And when the hard times come, and face it, the hard times always come, you meet them standing up, not scrambling. The people of the Ohio Valley didn't build something from nothing because they were waiting for permission. They built it because they understood that their family survival was their responsibility. This is your blood. These are your ancestors, whether you know it or not. The self-reliance, the work ethic, the refusal to be dependent on a system that we can't control, that's not a prepper thing. That's not a YouTube channel thing. It's who we are. And it's time we remember that. Okay, so here's the thing about fear. Fear of not being ready. Fear of something going wrong. Fear of looking your family in the eye on the worst day of their lives and knowing that you could have done more. That fear doesn't go away by not thinking about it, or by scrolling past the uncomfortable headlines, or by telling yourself it's probably not going to happen. The only thing that makes that fear go away is action. And here's what I want you to understand about that action. You don't have to do everything today. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars and build a bunker or transform your entire life overnight. You just have to make one decision. The decision that says, starting today, I'm going to be the kind of person that's ready. That's it. That's the whole thing. Once you make that decision, I mean really make it. Not just think about it, but actually commit to it, everything changes. The next time you go to the grocery store and put back a few extra cans, it doesn't feel like a burden. It feels like a promise kept. The next time the storm warnings come across the radio, you don't have that spike of anxiety wondering if you have enough. You already know you do. The next time your kids look at you and you wonder what you would do if something went wrong, you don't feel dread. You feel ready. That feeling, that specific feeling about being generally prepared, is one of the most powerful feelings a person can have. It's not arrogance. It's not paranoia. It's confidence. Real, earned, unshakable confidence that only comes from actually doing the work. And it's available to you right now. It's one decision away. Are you going to make it? I want to leave you with this. Somewhere in the Ohio Valley, Kentucky, West Virginia, Eastern Ohio, Western Pennsylvania, there's a family somewhere on a dirt road or somewhere in a hollow that's going to be okay when things go wrong. Not because they're lucky, not because they're rich, not because the government showed up for them, because someone in that family, maybe it's the mother who started quietly storing food, maybe it's the father who learned how to filter water and start a fire and read a map, maybe it's a grandparent who remembers the things that their grandparents taught them and refused to let that knowledge die, because someone made a decision. That someone is you. Not someday. Not when things get worse. Not when you have more money or more time or more certainty about what's coming. Today. You're the person your family needs you to be. You're the person your community is going to turn to. You're the person who carries the tradition of self-reliance and preparedness and genuine independence that built this region, this country, and everything worth keeping in it. And all it takes The only thing standing between who you are right now and who you want to be is one decision. So make it today. Make it right now. Make it for your kids, your spouse, your family, your parents, your neighbors, every generation that came before you that busted their ass building something worth protecting. Make it because you're not the kind of person that waits for someone else to take care of what is yours. Make it because somewhere deep in you, underneath the comfort and the convenience and the noise, you know it matters. Make it because the people who built this country didn't have the option to be unprepared, and neither do you. We'll see you the next time. Stay ready. Hey guys, all of our videos now are sponsored by My Patriot Supply. Emergency food, water filtration, solar generations, and more. Go check them out. Link down in the description. And if you use that link, yeah, we do make a few pennies, but helps us keep doing what we're doing. Thanks a lot, guys. Go check them out.